Chapter 2, Shadows of the Past. The jungle seemed to close in around them as night fell. The team made camp near the ruins, their minds buzzing with the day's discoveries. Elena couldn't shake the visions from her mind, the vivid images of Zazaram's glory and downfall haunting her thoughts. As they sat around the campfire, Marco spoke up. "Dr. Hayes, what do you think the heart of Zazaram really is?" Elena glanced at the glowing crystal resting in her lap. "I think it's more than just an artifact. It's a piece of advanced technology, possibly even a power source. But we need to understand how it works and why it was so important to the Zazaram civilization." Sarah added, "The inscriptions mentioned a great power. If we can decipher more of the texts, we might learn how to harness it." Raj, who had been silent, finally spoke. "We should also consider the possibility that we're not the only ones after this. The way those shadows moved. It felt like we were being watched." Elena nodded. "We need to stay vigilant. Marco, can you and Raj set up a perimeter? We can't afford any surprises tonight." The two men nodded and got to work while Elena and Sarah continued studying the inscriptions. As the hours passed, a sense of unease settled over the camp. The jungle was never completely silent, but tonight, the usual sounds seemed more distant, as if the forest itself was holding its breath. Suddenly, there was a rustle in the bushes. Elena's hand moved instinctively to the pistol at her side. Marco and Raj appeared out of the darkness, their faces tense. "We've got company," Marco whispered. Before Elena could respond, figures emerged from the shadows. They were dressed in dark, camouflage gear, their faces obscured by masks. The leader stepped forward, a tall man with piercing blue eyes. Well, what do we have here?" he said, his voice smooth and confident. "Dr. Elena Hayes, I presume." Elena stood her ground. "Who are you?" The man smirked. "Names are of little importance. Let's just say we share a common interest in Zazaram. Hand over the crystal, and no one gets hurt." Elena tightened her grip on the crystal. "And if we refuse?" The man's smile widened. "I was hoping you'd say that." In an instant, chaos erupted. The intruders lunged forward, and the team fought back with everything they had. Elena fired her pistol, Marco swung his machete, and Raj used his tech skills to disorient the attackers with flashes of light and sound from his equipment. Despite their efforts, the intruders were well trained and well equipped. Just as it seemed they were about to be overwhelmed, a blinding light filled the clearing. The intruders froze, their faces contorted in pain. Elena turned to see Sarah holding the crystal high, its blue light pulsing with energy. The attackers staggered back, their eyes wide with fear. Taking advantage of their hesitation, Marco and Raj pushed them back into the jungle. As the last of the intruders disappeared into the darkness, the team regrouped, panting and bruised but alive. "Sarah, how did you do that?" Raj asked, his voice filled with awe. "I'm not sure," Sarah replied, her eyes still fixed on the crystal. "It was like the crystal responded to my thoughts, my fear. It protected us." Elena took the crystal from Sarah, her mind racing. "This changes everything. If the crystal can do this, who knows what other powers it holds." Marco looked around, his expression grim. "We need to move. They'll be back, and next time they'll be prepared." Elena nodded. "We need to find the heart of these ruins and uncover the secrets of Zazaram before they do. Let's pack up and get moving." As they gathered their gear and prepared to delve deeper into the jungle, Elena couldn't shake the feeling that their discovery was only the beginning. The heart of Zazaram held unimaginable power, and they were not the only ones who would stop at nothing to claim it.